Hi, thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani Patreon. I've hiked into Cottonwood Lakes, and for my Patreon subscribers, I'm going to be fishing Cottonwood Lakes number 5. Now, I was supposed to be up here with 4 people. My cousin got altitude sickness down at the trailhead, and he had to turn around after a quarter mile, and we both decided it was just the safe play was for him to sleep down there another day, and if he wasn't feeling 100%, he's going to have to go home or do something else. Supposed to be my friend Eric up here, that's in a few of my videos, my YouTube videos. He messed up the date, so he had to hike up, and I was supposed to meet him up here. I met him coming in on the trail. They had to leave because someone in the group got altitude issues. So it's just me. But what I did hear from another person coming out on the trail, they said that they talked to people that didn't catch anything. My friend Eric, his brother, and his friend, and my friend Paul, they didn't catch anything. They fished all day yesterday. They threw flies and lures. And they also said they talked to another guy and his son that hadn't caught anything. So it's got me a little concerned, but rather than worry about why they didn't catch anything, why don't I go down and make some casts, assess the situation for myself, so I can figure out what I need to do to catch something. I got a small pheasant-tail beadhead, and I got an 1/8 ounce jig on, those 1/8 ounce Gets It jigs. I don't really like the way that this light color looks in the water, but I'm going to give it a try before I try to switch it with one of the Sierra Slammer darker green bodies. But it's already 3 o'clock, so I don't have a lot of time to fish. So let's hike back there and let's go. I camped up pretty high above the water. I'm going to fish Lake 4 tomorrow for YouTube. And when I was coming in, I saw big golden, like 14, 15 inches easy. And it was down deep in the deep water. I could barely see it cruising, but I was up high coming up here. And that might be a sign that I got to go down and get these fish. But I don't know. I haven't even made a cast. I just set up my camp. Let's go see if all of the foreshadowing of doomed fishing counts for me too. I saw a nice fish rise out there, but my experience tells me ignore this first part of the lake and I'll hit this on the way out if it comes down to it, if I gotta make a stand. Because I never really catch a lot of fish over here. The lake's down low, so it's gonna be a little harder to reach the fish, but I got that 1/8 ounce jig if I need it. This is where the easy going stops and you gotta start climbing over some crazy stuff. So I'm gonna go back this way. I might have to rely on my jigs. I don't know. I've never dealt with low water like this here. So usually all this stuff is flooded and reasonably deep, and I'm able to catch fish. But it looks like it ain't looking good. So I'm gonna go back the other way and we're gonna start and do something else. Since my go-to is not here today, the deep stuff, this is a fairly flooded out area and there's a lot of green vegetation down there. I think the fish are gonna be feeding down deep. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna let it sink. I'm gonna rake it across the bottom. That nymph. This could be tough going. I usually come back here and end my whole day in these rocks, but the water's just not high enough and I couldn't get to that good stuff over there. But if it's a little bit tougher, that's okay. This is gonna be a little bit of a grind, I think, because I'm having to fish really slow. I might put on a woolly bugger. After only making a few casts, I got one bump. I realize I don't have the kind of time it's gonna take to let that sink. So I put on this beadhead woolly bugger because it sinks fast And I'm gonna let this get out and I can throw it out and I can strip it past these boulders, because I don't have the time that I need to do the kind of nymph fishing I want to do. So I'm gonna try to run this thing past some of these boulders and see if I can find some aggressive fish. The water's just so much shallower than I'm used to. That stinks. Let's make a couple casts. Let's let this thing sink and let's get down to it. I just had a nice golden cruising, and I threw my woolly bugger and he saw it and he swam up and he darted away. And that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Here's another one. He's nice. There's some nice fish cruising. Throw this woolly bugger one more time. I mean, there's fish here. They just definitely don't want this woolly bugger. I might have to go with something really small. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I haven't been fishing long. I'm gonna get hits on this woolly bugger. Oh. And it's tricky. It's tricky right now. I'm having a tricky situation. And I don't know where my net is. I'm gonna have to bare hand this guy. He's not very big, so not too worried about it. I got my hand wet. Let's get him over here. I gotta go backtrack and find my net. Oh, got him. All right, there he is, little golden trout. Nothing to write home about. Get him in the light, can't really see him. But there's a fish, and there he goes. And I was deep stripping this woolly bugger. I gotta go find my net. I left it at the last place I was fishing, I believe. I switched to this, the smallest woolly bugger that I had, and I'm letting it sink. And I'm thinking it's gonna be a deep one. So let me go back and get my net, and then I'm gonna fish some more. It's like it is a lot of the time. I'm seeing the fish cruising and I'm throwing my woolly bugger to them and they're scared of it. But I've been getting hits when I'm letting it sink, I'm letting my line tip sink, and they're hitting it. And I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to play this out today, but you ain't getting nothing cheap this week. We're gonna be trying again. I'm just really tired right now. But I'm gonna fish a little bit more. I'm gonna scout this a little bit more. Nymph, oh, he came off. He hit it, man. I put a nymph on. I'm trying to catch these cruising trout in the shallows, and he went right for it. He was a nice trout too. There's a lot of fish. They're just being really finicky, man. And I set that hook hard, but apparently not hard enough. Oh, big boy out by this rock. Oh, he came off. Darn it. Oh. Oh. That was a big one too. That was like a nice 14-incher. He was right on the other side of this ledge out there, and he hit it while it was sinking. Darn it. God, there's a nice trout just hanging out down there. And he swam up to my woolly bugger. And he came within millimeters of it. And he was just checking it out, but he wouldn't take it. I'm gonna throw a nymph on. I hope he stays around. The smallest nymph I have on, no beadhead. And he's just chilling. Oh, he darted. I spooked him. I freaking spooked him. Okay. He's looking at it. He's looking at it. He's looking at it. He's going back and forth. He's just looking at it. Okay, let me. That is a nice fish, man. Come on. He's turning around. That is a nice fish. He's looking at it. Take it, take it. Oh, He's sniffing it. It ain't got no scent, bro. Come on. Come on, dude. Take it. Take it. There he is. There he is. That is a big boy. He took it. There he is. Come on. Oh. I put it back out in front of him, and he swam over. This is one of Cottonwood Lakes' nicer goldens right here. That is a beautiful golden trout right there. Look at that guy. That's like a nice 14-incher. Get back out there, buddy. There he goes. Ooh, there he goes. He's going right back out. Ooh, this water's cold, man. Oh, okay. Things have come balanced in the universe. Hold on to your hat, Patreon subscribers. I got in those few hours of fishing, but I'm starving. I gotta get some food. I want to get settled in, see if I can't get something on my Walkman tonight. Listen to that. But I got that nice golden. The one I lost was about that size too. And the fishing's just a little tougher than I thought it was gonna be. But I'll figure it out. Just don't give up on me. We'll call this a down payment. All right? So I'm gonna fish Lake 4 for YouTube tomorrow, and then I'm gonna fight my way towards the back of the lake where I know there's a lot more big fish. And don't you worry, we're gonna get some Lake 5 action. We got a little bit today, just a taste. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani Patreon. Until next time.